Alright, then we live. Alright, so these are just note to self videos for me. I'm just doing this because like quarantine still, we got nothing else to do. I'm taking classes, but honestly, like with this COVID, I just been like reflecting to myself, like taking notes, writing everything down. It's everything that everybody should be doing, honestly. Like, but one thing that I'm noticing about everybody else around me too is like everybody's lost right now. Like not in a bad way, you know, we're all trying to like find it somehow, like do something, find a good job, find a good career, and like we're all lost. Like for me, like we're all lost souls, but it just depends on you. Like we don't have it bad. Like if you think you have it bad, like nah, like nobody has it bad. And if you do, you should know somebody that has it worse than you. Like just that's the way it is. Like we're convinced that we have it bad, but that's everybody's thinking. But I'm just making these videos for me, like, for my own self growth. Like I'm gonna be doing pretty much everything that I wanted to do, like in terms of working out, in terms of getting better in reading, writing, pretty much everything for myself. Like, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna post these. These are just for me. Like, you know, the most important conversation you have is the one with yourself, and I'm working towards that. Just everything about life, like from where I was, who I was before, who I'm trying to be now, the person I'm trying to change, the person who I want to become. So this is just me. Like, you know, there's a lot going on, and I just want to see, like, for me, the way I see YouTube. Like, if I post these on YouTube or anywhere social media, like right now I don't have no social media, and I did that for a reason, honestly. Like I was just like, my brain felt so like fucked up, honestly. Like I didn't like being on my phone. Like I was just getting tired of it. It was just draining me, honestly. Like I'll be doing homework, and like for no reason, bro, like I'll just pull out my phone and be on Instagram, and it was dumb. Like I'll be on it for no reason. Like I'll just scroll, and like it was just dumb. It was pointless. Like it wasn't benefiting me in no way. So honestly, right now I have a lot of shit, like not that I'm going through, but that I'm working on. Like I'm trying to get my car up and running again. You know, I'm trying to make a swap. I'm trying to swap that. And I'm not trying to be a car guy, honestly. Like my content's not gonna be all on cars. I'm trying to make it all on anything that I find useful. Like this backpack, I just bought that shit came in today. I'm kind of happy, and that's why this is my first video. It's because of that. Like I just want to find ways to help myself and to help others. Like I'm not over here trying to be cocky or he's trying to be like a YouTuber. It's just me. These videos are just for me, so that I could look back on later on, like, cause it's been happening, honestly. Like I'll just look back on high school, I'll be like, damn, like I got older, or like I don't sound like that no more, or why was I doing that? It was just kind of funny, like, and I feel like we're losing that, like, as we get older. Like back then, you know, I'll have family come over and they'll look at old pictures on like trips, adventures, you know, good moments. You know, we used to capture all those in like a photo album, but now honestly, like I don't save photos, like, and I just hate that. So for me, the way I'm gonna do that is by capturing these moments now, like when I'm young, and I want to start it now and not later. So right now I'm gonna be capturing like my best moments, you know, my highlights of just life, honestly. Like, and in terms of anything, like building a car, working, because right now I'm nobody, honestly. Like I'm not, like, if you're close to me, I probably told you this, like, nah, I ain't shit. Like anybody who thinks they're shit at this age, like, nah. Like right now, you know, we can have good mentors and good people around us, but like being cocky, that was one thing. Like in high school, I don't know what was going on, but my confidence was too high. Not even my confidence, my ego was just too high. And it's not a bad thing, honestly. Like I feel like the person, or like the mindset you have now is like the person you're kind of becoming, if that makes any sense. I'm not sure, it didn't make sense to me, but I know what I meant. But yeah, it's just taking the time and just really like talk to yourself more. Because right now, like I haven't really been talking to nobody. Like I got so used to, like, I'm not really trying to talk about my problems either, so that's one thing I'm not gonna do. So it's just me reflecting back and looking back on the person I used to be and the person I'm trying to become. So right now, this is my first video. So I'm gonna go on a little background. Like, so, you know, I live here in the IE. I have a twin, and you know, Mexican, Hispanic, Chicano. Sí, sabo español. I know Spanish. I like mechanics, anything that has to do with engineering, like off-roading, all the good shit, bro. Honestly, like, and that was one thing. Like, I'm trying to give myself a life that I never had growing up. And in terms of anything, like growing up, like I didn't know English. Like, I didn't know shit. I didn't learn English until like I was like 6 or 7. I came here like at age 5. So my first language was Spanish, but you know, I'm trying to get rid of that accent. I'm trying to perfect my English. I'm trying to learn new words. You know, how to communicate with people, and that's one thing I'm learning. Like, I'm getting better, but now I'm losing the Spanish. And there's nothing wrong with that too. So that's why now I'm trying to like take mental notes. You know, draw everything down, like the things I want to work on, and I've been doing it. Like, I have a whole bunch of like sketch pads. I have a whiteboard. And, like, if you guys know me, then you probably know the shit I'm doing, and that's good. You know, like, stay close. You know, I'm not cocky. I'm not gonna be hiding shit from nobody. Like, I'm not worried about who's gonna steal this or like. Nah, if you know me, you know I come from a good heart. Like, if you want to help me out, and thank you, and like I appreciate you. If you help me, I'm gonna help you like for the rest of your life. That's kind of like my foundation right there. But yeah, just any tips I have or any, like, I'm not saying I'm shit. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like, I'm not shit. So if you don't want to listen to me, then shit, don't, cause I'm not shit, honestly. But it's like I want to see this. You know, nobody knows their future, honestly. But I just want to know that, you know, for me, like, I'm not talented, like, shit, I'm not even that tall, honestly. Like, I'm pretty built, but that's all effort. I'm not even that strong, honestly. You're gonna test strength right now, like, shit, I'm not shit. But in terms of like effort and willingness, like, I feel like I'm pretty up there. Like, I'm not gonna give up. That's not in my vocabulary. You know, giving up is just something I don't like to do. Like, if I give up on someone, if I give up on myself, anybody, like, if I gave up on you, then shit, like, I'm sorry now and I'm sorry then, but you know, you can't do nothing about that. So I feel like now it's just what I need to do to get myself from point A to point B. But people are like, I'm noticing that now, like, people are rushing too fast, like, and I can't talk shit, honestly. If you have it like that, if you're able to go from point A to point B, then shit, I need to start looking up to you and taking notes from you. But like, from anything that I've learned along these couple years, like, it doesn't happen overnight, honestly. Like, if you're looking for a awakening call, a fast get out, like a fucking Forex, like, people are jumping on Forex right now. That's just kind of funny. But yeah, they're looking for a quick scheme to make some fast money, and like, that's just not the way it is. Like, if you're talented, then yeah, maybe. But if you're an average person like me who grew up from nothing, has no knowledge on nothing, like, just slowly building himself up already at an older age, like, then, you know, this is what you got to do. You know, go into it day by day. And we're still young. Like, if you think I'm 19 right now, if you think 19's old, then you're still young. You have a full life ahead of us. But it's so competitive, honestly. Like, everything's so competitive now. Like, when I played football, I wasn't good, but I mean, I was pretty good. Just to give myself some credit, you know, I was able to compete. I wasn't the best, but I was able to compete with my league, my school, you know. And that's even like my first year of football. Oh, that shit sucked. Like, I stayed on my ass, honestly. Like, my first year of football, like, shit, I'm gonna talk to you guys about that one. Sorry, this is like junior All-American. It was right here in Bloomington. You know, I'm from Bloomington, so, you know, this is my first sport. You know, after all this moving, like, I moved around a lot. I grew up from a single mom, you know, a twin brother. So for me, playing sports wasn't really something that, like, I was able to do, just because my mom worked a lot. She was a single mom, you know. We were always at school or getting taken care of by a different relative. So, like, growing up, playing sports wasn't like really an option, and until like 6th grade, honestly. 6th grade was like everything was comfortable. My younger brother, which he's 13 now, he was already older, you know. He was able to take care of himself. He wasn't a baby no more. So, you know, I asked my mom, like, I was always into sports, honestly, like, from playing outside in Mexico. Like, I played like soccer every day, like, but the sports in Mexico, that's just different. Like, you don't need no type of rules. Like, you go outside, find a water bottle, and you start kicking that shit. You play a game. But that's one thing I like. You know, kids now are losing that childhood and those fun outside moments, and I'm trying to do that more. I'm not really. That's why I do my social media, and I'll get it back. But for like, I'm gonna use it as a tool, not really like an app. If that makes sense. But yeah, now I played sports. That was my first sport. It was just football. So playing my first year of football, you know, I was 12. I was like 12 years old. But this is what happened. Like, this is my first year. You know, we started going into it. Like, I'm over here regretting it. The first tryout, it was like a football camp right here at Bloomington High School. You know, my mom signed us up. I was over here begging her to sign us up. And like, I was doing everything. Like, I was like, sign us up, sign me up, sign me up. Like, I want to play football. I want to play football. It was just something that, like, me growing up, like, with a Hispanic like background, like, everybody played soccer, which was football, you know. But coming here, it was like American football was like, that shit was the shit, you know? And I just liked it. It's just like the way, like the hype, the flashiness, like the jumps. Like it was a sport that like caught my eye like off the bat. I never knew what it was, but just like the contact, like I'm a contact type of guy. So I was like, yeah, I played baseball when I was little. Like that was my very first sport thing, if I'm being honest. Yeah, on this little one-on-one, you know, no lies, no bullshit, just straight up facts and the truth. But my very first sport was like little t-ball baseball. I don't really count that because honestly, like I didn't learn shit. Like it was just, you know, you get your uniform and it's a whole bunch of little ass kids. You know, there's that little tee, you get a bat. You know, the only thing I remember honestly was like me every time hitting that little ball and then running the opposite way. Like that's the only thing I took from it, honestly. And like that's why I don't really count it as my first sport, because it didn't teach me nothing, honestly. But my first actual sport where I learned something and progressed and got better was football. So I started in 6th grade. That first day was just like, it was like my first day where I tried bear crawls, where I did frog jumps, you know, 6 inches, suicides. Like, this is my first day of ever doing any one of those things. So I'm over here lost. Like I'm over here, like I walk in, I see a whole bunch of like other kids. I'm like, okay, cool. Like there's a whole bunch of kids. So, you know, like I didn't know nobody. They all came from like Moville, like Paris, Fontana, you know, all different parts of the city. So I had no friends there. Like I was making some friends, and then little by little, you know, they start saying get in lines, like little basic shit. You know, you start warming up, start doing like the basic ass stretches. But now, as the practice started, me honestly, from this day, I still remember like what I expected. I expected to go out there, like, cause I'll be playing out here. You know, I'll play catch with my brother. I was expecting to go on that field and play catch. Honestly, I was over here ready, like oh, I had a bag in my backpack. I'll go get my own ball. Like I'll show my arm, you know. But nah, that wasn't it. Like I feel like we didn't even see a ball that day. So we got there, we form our lines, we're stretching out, you know. I'm going along with it. I'm trying to like learn. Like okay, I was kind of lost. Everybody else there, they're my age or older, but they've been playing since like they were little. And that's what I'm saying. Like it's getting competitive out here in terms of like becoming better in sports, school, academics, trades too. I've been seeing that too. Like I'm getting into trades now, and there's kids already certified like right after like high school. Like already have their certification, have their contractor's license. I'm like, what the fuck? You're like 17. Same thing with trucking. Like some of my homies now, they're like 16, 17, already like having their own like trucking company. I'm like, what the fuck? Like it's a whole different game out here, honestly. But you know, if I'm able to pass on the knowledge that I have, the very little knowledge that I have, then you know, I feel like it's not a waste of time. Because if you have any knowledge, I took this from a teacher, one of my professors, HVAC professors. Mr. Massey, he's a good mentor. He said, I asked him, he told us like, oh, like the reason why I'm here is not because of the money, like it's not because of this. Like he was just like, I'm here to pass on my knowledge. Like if you have knowledge and if you don't want to pass it on, then that's the waste of knowledge, he said. I was like, damn. I kind of took that and I said, damn, like I want to be just like him when I get older. Like I want to be so knowledgeable in every little aspect in terms of sports, technology, whatever it is. Like any knowledge that I'm good at, if I know anything at all, and if anybody asks me teach me how to do this, teach me how to do that, teach me how to do that, then I'm not even gonna hesitate, man. Like I'm like, yeah, let's go do it. Like, let's go. Come today, come tomorrow morning. Wake up. We're gonna go do this. Like I'm gonna help you out. And I have people now that I want to help out, but honestly, like you could take a horse to water, but at the end of the day, you can't make them drink, honestly. And that's one thing that's kind of beating me up. Like I'm trying to help so many people, but you know, at the end of the day, it's on them. But it's only 16 minutes. I'm trying to keep these short, honestly. And I'm doing this to help myself form words in better speaking.
So Frankie,
hey. But yeah, I got this idea from my boy Frankie, it's my cousin. I thought about this, but I never did it. But I'll give you that I'll give you the credit. Like you're doing it, you're making it happen. You know, little by little, day by day. You know, I like that. Like I'm probably not gonna post this one, or I don't know. I might. I don't know. Nobody knows. I'm doing this at my own, like for my own free time. Just for I could look back at it later. Cause there's videos. I don't know if you guys ever done this, but like you have like a timeline, and you're already at like high school. Like high school was one for me. Like freshman year, I started looking at freshman year. I was like, damn, what was I thinking? Like I don't know, it just there's a lot that goes into it, and those are like valuable moments that I wished like if I was able to record like everything I did in terms of like awards, in terms of high school football awards, of anything, honestly, like first accomplishments, like first car I bought, like these little things that I've done by myself. Damn, like I would have been able to look back and like from where I was at freshman year and where I was at senior year, and I grew a lot, honestly. Like I grew so much where like I don't know, I was happy and proud of myself. And right now, like I know what I want to do in my life, and it's part of being patient. That's what some people don't have that yet. They haven't built that patience yet, and I was there too. Like right after high school, let me tell you this story. I'll go back to the football one. But my senior year, like everyone was always, oh yeah, I'm going to a 4-year, I'm going to UC this, UC that. But I was like, what are you gonna do? And like, well, I don't know yet. I'm like, you don't know what you want to do yet, but you want to go like to a whole different like country, a whole different state. Like, okay, like you're gonna be super lost, and now you're not gonna be close to home, and you know you're gonna be lost with no friends either. I'm like, have fun. Like for me, like my answer when people ask me, what are you doing after high school? And you're gonna hear that a lot. If you guys are older, younger, if you guys ever hear this, when you're in high school, you're gonna hear this a lot. And say, what are you doing? What's your plan after high school? Like, what are you gonna do after high school? Like, and some people they don't really care. They're like, nothing. I'm gonna go work. But it's like, and other people, you know, they have some idea. For me, my answer was this. I said, let me give you word by word. I said I want to become an HVAC technician. I want to go into business, take business classes, open up my own company, open up my own businesses, and you know, little by little, like start moving. That was my answer. Like I knew what I wanted to do just because of my stepdad. He's a good role model. But that's not the reason why. Like I always liked engineering, automotive, mechanics, just anything that has to do with just specifically math. I like math. Maybe that has something to tie into it. And I feel like growing up, I was always around dirt bikes. I was around cars. I always liked, you know, I always liked cars. I like motorcycles. So, you know, little by little, like I hated having to pay someone else to fix my toys, you know. So little by little, I started like working on my own bike, and that's how it's slowly growing like this, and that's how I see it. You know, I used to ride bikes a lot when I was a little kid. Like this is before football. Like all I did was ride my bike around my neighborhood with my friends and shit. But every single time I had a flat tire, I had my chain snapped, I had a loose chain, my brakes fucked up, or anything that had to do with my bike, I was always there, you know, YouTube or trying to mess with it, trying to figure it out. And me being able to do that, like that gave me that, like I was comfortable that I didn't have to spend money on having to pay someone to fix it. So like I was there, you know, being able to like mess it up on purpose or send it off a jump, or knowing that if I fuck it up, I could fix it. So that's what I want to be able to do with all my toys. Cause honestly, like, I'm not financially stable. You know, I work hard for my money too, and like so do you guys. You know, anybody that makes a good financial income, that you know they all work for it. Like there's a lot of people that work for their money, and if you're like me, like you're kind of like you never want to pay someone for something you're able to do. And that's why I hated engineering. I'm like, nah, like that's not where the money's at. Like as a little kid, honestly, I wanted to become a surgeon. And to this day, I look back at it, I was like, shit, like I was dumb. Like, why did I want to become a surgeon? Like, you know, you start learning that you have to go to like 20 plus years of school. And, you know, you have to work for free too, getting your, you know, your license or your hours in pretty much. And I was like, damn, like I was like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I already hate school, and like school's not for me. That's one thing. But I'm going at it like little by little. I'm learning how to like it, and that's what everybody has to do. You have to learn how to like the things you don't like, because slowly they're good for you. But that's what I want to be able to do. That's my goal in life, just to be able to buy the toys I like. You know, I like toys. You know, I want to be able to buy more dirt bikes, more expensive ass bikes, mountain bikes, street bikes, just to learn from them. Honestly, I buy shit if I could learn, not to show off, not to flex, not to do dumb shit. Dumb shit is just like something that you're able to do along the way. But I buy shit because growing up, I didn't have these toys. You know, I had a bike. You know, it's like a little Walmart bike. I had a Walmart skateboard. You know, just little shit that not every kid has. So me growing up, like I didn't buy my own dirt bike till I graduated. Honestly, like, my senior year, I didn't buy my own car till senior year. But these aren't toys. Like I thank my family for what they provided. And I never asked for nothing. I never, like, if they were able to, I didn't have that life. You know, I didn't even know what motocross was, and I'm not even good, honestly. But there's just so many kids that have so many opportunities, and, you know, it's a different generation, and I see that now, and this is my own personal opinion, but, you know, I was one of those kids, and this is how I see it. I was one of those kids that was raised and was born because of my parents just wanted to have a kid, you know, and that's a good reason. Maybe for them, yeah, maybe it was a good reason. They always wanted to have a kid, you know, have someone to raise. But now I'm raised with me, like, learning everything on my own. Like, I had no foundations, no tools, and I hate that, honestly. Like, I don't even think about having kids just because I don't know shit myself. Like, what do I have to pass on to my kid that you shut the fuck up? But yeah, that's pretty much me. So now I'm learning everything on my own, and hopefully I can pass on anything I know to you guys, to my family, my people that look up to me, just anybody. But that's what I wanted to do. So back to that football story. But yeah, my bad. So in high school, that was my goal, just going to HVAC. And I had it set up, you know, in high school they have you go through these little like, oh, within the next 2 years, where are you gonna be at? And like, okay, in the next 2 years, I'm gonna be already certified in HVAC. And shit, let me tell you this.